Good morning, everyone. It's Cassie. I hope you're having an awesome day. Welcome back to the Universe Sim. I malfunctioned for a second. I don't know if you caught it in between. It's Cassie and welcome back, or awesome day. Um, so let's see. Trying to remember where we left off. I just played 2 days ago. You'd think I'd remember, but it's been an eventful week. So let's see. I'm gonna let them celebrate. It's been a while. I noticed at the end of my last video that suddenly I have a bunch of creator points, and I'm about to have even more because we just passed a law that increases creator point generation. So today the focus is going to be on making sure that our lakes are high, our trees are plentiful, setting ourselves up for success on this planet when we start to venture into space, basically. We're looking pretty good. A little low on O2, a little lower than I'd like to be anyway. A little lower on trees and water than I'd like to be. A little bit higher on pollution. You know, it's not bad. Everything is still great, very terrestrial, our planet, but I want to make sure that everything is good. I also am going to do the push today into the space age. We are ready. That's very exciting. The lunar colony research item is the first research item for the space age. So we're well on our way. Let's see. Okay. Last time we played, I'm setting up a nuggetoid factory. That was the big thing. We unlocked unobtainium We unlocked unobtainium extraction. We unlocked the nuggetoid factory, the builderbot capability, and so we're ready. We're ready to start terrestrializing planets before our nuggets can head off to them. So let's see. We will do aerospace engineering for modern engineering huts. We are still making our way through a big backlog of upgrades, so we may not get to the engineering for a while, but we'll get there eventually. Engineering is one of those things that you have so many of them that it could be hard to push through all of them. We'll also do aerial commerce to unlock airports, pneumatic tubes. Pneumatic tubes unlocks a device called the Hyperloop. I don't use the Hyperloop. I know I'm going to catch flack for that, and that's okay. It's just one of those things that I don't use. It gets the nuggets around so much faster. It really is a good thing for them, but building it is kind of a pain. Or it was last I played. I haven't used it in so long that I don't know, maybe they made it easier to place and easier to build. We'll also go with active optics to unlock our observatory. This will let us start seeing the planets that are around us that we can potentially colonize. And then I'm going to need a minute before I can do both of these, but I'm going to do Luminar Insight module. Unlocks space map hidden objects. And then we'll do Astral Lens and then Lunar Colony, and then there we are in the space age. So that's cool. When we enter into the space age, a bunch of stuff is going to happen. The music's going to change. The facades for our residential buildings will start to change as well. It's going to take a really long time because first, there are a bunch of residential buildings, and second, these are like staged upgrades where you may have noticed throughout my play that the buildings started out pretty small, the modern age residential buildings. And then over time, they continued to upgrade until they were, this tall. I say upgrade, but really it was just like a reskin. I think this is the second time I've cleaned this lake just in this session. We've had a couple of polluted clouds floating around, which drop just like a huge AoE infection. that, of course, hex up anything that comes underneath it. But right now, we're not dealing with any of that. How's the volume of this lake? Back up in the 50s. Still not great, but could be worse. There's a mysterious box. The last time I played, I picked up a couple mysterious boxes and set them over for research. So when I deliver this one, I'll check to see how the others are doing. That's the one we just picked up. Okay, you get out of the way. The surface of the box is inscribed with mysterious markings. The smell of fumes wafts from the box. Your nuggets hear a clatter as something shifts inside the box. This seems harmless. Fumes is probably just gas. Okay, yeah, that was harmless. What was it? 100 wood, 30 oil. Okay. The surface of the box is inscribed with mysterious markings. For what it's worth, and you may have already heard me say this a million bajillion times, that one is always present, and it's always present as long as you don't have all the blueprints. I haven't unlocked all of them ever, so I don't know if it persists after that, but that is your blueprint piece, and it's always going to be the first one on the mysterious boxes that you open up. Your nuggets' mouths water as they approach. That's food. Something rocks around inside, and an earthy scent reaches your nuggets. That's probably stone. Could be a few things, but again, seems harmless. Yep. Oh, a stone. Cool. 100 stone, 50 food, and part of a mysterious blueprint. So we'll let this one research and we'll come back to it. How are we doing on resource delivery? Good. Just fine. So I'm going to queue up my eateries. I'm going to queue up 2 of my eateries and 2 of my movie theaters for upgrade, and then I'm actually much further along in upgrades than I thought it was. I thought I still needed to do all my local businesses, but I guess we got those done. I do need to add staff to this barracks, though. We do have our first boom barracks set up too, and here are our 5 boomers. I've never really felt much of a need for a military, and I've said this before too. The defense towers usually do all that I need them to do without the aid of, you know, a military force, and we haven't really had much interaction with our neighboring civilizations in quite some time. I know that they haven't been too happy with us, but they're not bothering us, and we're not bothering them, so, you know, it's not super important to have a big military. I'm going to set up this space as kind of my spaceport, airport area. Oh, my nuggets are deeply unhappy right now because I'm upgrading all their favorite things. What'd I do? I learned airports, right? So... Oh, not here. Not here either? I wish I could remember where stuff lives. I haven't unlocked airports yet. Is this airports? Yeah. As we upgrade our movie theaters and eateries, our nuggets are gradually becoming a little more happy. This is the skin for the modern movie theater. I don't love it. I prefer the medieval era movie theater, which again shouldn't really be a movie theater, but it is what it is. we're looking really good on resources still, so I am going to go ahead and do my barracks and my last couple eateries. I've got like a million pages of engineer huts that I'm going to need to do now. Oh, just 2? Okay, that's not so bad. And engineers are... So I don't do a lot of overlap with my... I don't really overlap my engineering huts at all. I kind of look to one of them to support the whole, the whole area that it's in, instead of having 2 or 3 supporting the same buildings. So there's no harm for me in upgrading all of the engineering huts at one time, except for the hit to resources. It's going to be a pretty big hit to resources, I'm not going to lie. What? There's a nugget just standing on a corpse and eating. That's disgusting. What's wrong with you? Based on that nugget's sharp pivot after I healed them, I'm guessing they were on their way to the hospital and I didn't need to heal them at all. Here we are, though. I did it anyway. Okay, that's my airport, and I've kind of forgotten where I said I was going to put... Found it. Okay. As is true in real life, the airports are gigantic and hard to place. I want to put it... There we go. That's fine. It's whatever. Oops. A powerful nugget is requesting guidance for their next business venture. Their family made a fortune from their hand shoes invention an era or so ago, so they certainly have the capital to get things off the ground. They intend to enter the fast food industry, which has become a big hit due to the busy lives of modern nuggets, but make it a little more appealing by calling it artisanal fast food. However, they do not know if they should create healthier food and drink, which is harder to produce, or fill nuggets up with empty, fatty calories. What to do? Go cheap, we don't need nuggets to live forever. Go healthy, the lives of my nuggets are more important. Stick to shoes, leave the food industry alone. So, I know that go healthy is basically 50% increase to food and water, but nugget lifespan is increased. Go cheap and stick to shoes. I don't actually know what those do. So, in the interest of not increasing consumption of food and water so much, I'm gonna go with stick to shoes. Nothing happened. Cool. The business nugget was a little heartbroken, but then very quickly turned to their next big idea. Ear shoes for the wintertime.
Creation of an airport, your civilization will soar to new heights, creator.
Thank you, Mr. Narrator. I've missed you. Do we already have this plant at any of our farms? I don't even know where our farms are anymore. Let's find out. We have a farm in the desert, right? Like right here. There she is. Yeah, seems like we didn't unlock that. We might have already known it. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Cloud, for being directly in my way. So we have our airport going up. We'll put our spaceport out here and our observatory out here too. And then, oh, we need to check on my Nuggetoid factory. So basically this will be like our space exploration area, our our Skyward Bound section. It's gonna scold me. 90 glass, 54 steel, 18 plastic, and we have 262 glass, 606 steel. That's iron. Steel, where are you? I looked right over it a couple times. 53 steel. And we need 10. Yeah, whatever, I'm going for it anyway. 18 plastic, we have 136, so it's fine. Steel's gonna be kind of a pinch for a while. I don't recall putting that engineering hut right directly there. We also need a fire department out here. Nope, not prison. There's not really ever a huge risk of fires, so at least on Mother Planet. So your need for fire stations is a lot less than your need for engineers. Okay. Nuggets are happy-ish. Oh, we unlocked hot air balloons, so I can put one of those down. I might as well, or a couple.
Is that a hot air balloon?
Yes.
And it's operated by nuggets? Oh, this sounds like a great idea.
He's so tickled. He's so tickled by things, and I just love it. Great. That'll do. Oh, I said I wanted to check on my Nuggetoid factory, but then I got distracted by upgrading my engineer huts and totally forgot what I was doing. So the last time we played, we finished work on the Nuggetoid factory, but it hadn't yet brought in electronics, so we couldn't make Nuggetoids. Now it has 4 electronics, which we need to make. It has 16 electronics and 5 unobtainium. So we can make some Nuggetoids. We'll make 2 to start. Pneumatic tubes almost done. There's a polluted lake. Okay. For a moment, it looked like I'd selected Earthquake. I have made that mistake before. In fact, I went through a spate where I was inadvertently selecting Tornado when I was trying to select, like, Rejuvenate, and set a couple of tornadoes loose on my civilization. It's not good. Oops. That's the Hyperloop researched. For you. Oh, the airport. You can see from this photo how it can be challenging to place the Hyperloop. So, I just don't. I can put in more garages, that might help. Oh, and another thing that will happen as we enter into the space age is that the roads will be upgraded, and you'll start seeing flying cars instead of cars on the roads. Spoiler alert. Energy production's still good. I haven't had a need for solar panels yet. Did we unlock the observatory already, or are we working on that now? Oh, I think we might be working on it now. Yep. The observatory is new to Universim 1.0. It didn't exist in the early access version of the game because you could only colonize the moon. They hadn't yet released all these other planets that you can now colonize, so there was no need for you to explore space. Okay, they've got that corpse. They don't need my help with this. How is that other mystical box doing? Where is that other mystical box? There it is. The surface of the box is inscribed with mysterious markings. Oh, I should also check to see how many blueprint pieces we have and if we've unlocked any more of the legendary buildings. Your nuggets hear a clatter as something shifts inside the box. Metallic sound is coming out of the box. I don't know about metallic sound, but it doesn't sound nefarious. Oh, 50 steel beams, 100 wood. That's the clattering. And the blueprint piece. So we have the eye and the Eiffel Tower. We've already put down the Leaning Tower. What's the cost of these? 40 steel and 40 glass? Kind of high. But we're looking really good on resources right now, in spite of the fact that we upgraded all of our engineers at once. Let's take a look at the new skin for the engineers. Oh, this one's still underway. That was the wrong choice. Why is the Nuggetoid factory in here? Did I not select? Oh, I never deselected it, is why. Here we go. Here we are. I think this is my favorite building in the Modern Age skin. Thick Nugget will do just fine on their own. I am not too worried about that. We're still waiting for every resource for our airport, and that's fine. I'm not prioritizing it. I wanted my engineers to be upgraded first, and we can see that they are well underway. We have a vote. Contraception ban is the one I'm sticking with, but I'll explain more about all of this in a second. Contraception ban, nugget reproduction rate increases, reproduction rate plus 25%, happiness minus 1. Scientific focus, Nuggets focus more on research rather than on religion. Research rate plus 30%, creator point production minus 15%, or safety guidelines. Nuggets will become less prone to injury, minus 15% chance of injury. My nuggets aren't really getting hurt all that much. I want to boost my nugget population so that I can start sending nuggets into space. And I definitely don't need research to be sped up at the cost of a reduced, or rather a normalized, reproduction rate. So I'm sticking with contraception ban. The -1 to nugget happiness is kind of negligible at this point. Nuggets are happy enough, and we've put in some new parks. We have some recreational buildings we can put down if we want to. So all in all, we're in good shape. Our observatory is almost done. This lake is infected, polluted. And now it's not. And that's our observatory. So where's my... I'm going to put my observatory out here. Oh, it's much smaller than I thought it would be. We have another polluted lake? Yes, we do. We're not going to celebrate this time because the nuggets are happy enough. Like, the happier your nuggets are, the more they believe in you, and that's awesome. But right now we're in good shape. You'll now notice I have this. This is very aggressively flashing red at me.
There are more stars out there than you can ever imagine.
We have the moon. That's the first planet we'll colonize. The moon has an average amount of... I don't know what that is. Is that resources? It is not habitable right now. No O2, but also no pollution and no water. So there's some work that we'll need to do on the moon, and that's totally fine. You know, we can fill up... There will be lakes, craters, that we can fill up with water. I can put down trees to make it more habitable. We can also set up lumber camps, which will make it more habitable. We also have, oh cute, Andromeda, which has below average, what I assume to be resources, but is really habitable. Is that a word? It is now. Well oxygenated, plenty of water, no pollution. Hidden objects. What's this do? Oh. Nothing. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to find the hidden objects. I also need to learn a little bit more about how to read those panels to make sure that that is in fact resources. I think maybe before I can find the hidden objects, I need my observatory to finish being built, and that's... Yeah, we're on our way out of Mother Planet, which is very cool. Oh no, see? This is what I did! Oh, doggone it! Yeah, that was a big whoops. So now I just need to go through and rebuild all the buildings I accidentally destroyed. That might be all of them. And just make sure that I don't keep sending my tornado toward my important buildings. I'm kind of guiding it around with protective dome. I'm putting up tiny domes that it will just bounce off of. And of course the Nuggets are not very happy right now. This is bad. You'll also see that the tornado is destroying my trees. There we go. The trees I've worked so hard to build. So when I have a few more creator points, I'm going to want to put all those trees back in over here. What was I even trying to do? It wasn't that, I'll tell you that much. What a bummer. And on that note, it's time to go. My Nuggets are super unhappy. I've demolished half my own civilization. That's an over-exaggeration. But I definitely did ruin it. As people in my life, I live in the South, and we say ruin down here. I'm from Ohio, and I say ruin. But, you know, some mistakes were made. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that this brought you some entertainment at the very least, because yikes. I hope you have an awesome day. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you. You certainly deserve it, and I will talk to you very soon.